Hey friends, I want to show you how to take an ordinary shopping bag you might pick up at TJMax or Marshall's and turn it into the cover for your junk journal. So this one was so pretty, I could not waste it. These are $1. As you know, I'm sure, even though we try to reuse them, we still wind up with more than we need. So I am taking this one apart and going to cut it up and make it into a journal. So I am more of an eyeball person. I'm just really looking at it to see what size I want my book to be. And I'm not so much of a measuring person, but you can definitely kind of iron this out on a very, very low heat because it is plastic. Or do whatever you need to do to get it really nice and flat and straight. But even with the wrinkles, I was able to cut mine into some pretty good pieces. And I'm salvaging as much of this bag as I can. So you'll see me see this white piece there. I thought, well, that would be a good page or, something. So anyway, I'm just taking this apart, cutting all the elements off. And I do want that trim that goes around the bag, the little pink trim, and I'm going to use that on my book. So here I am. This is my first attempt at kind of deciding what size I want. I started with a ruler and thought, well, I can divide it into 2 or 3. But as you see, it cuts off the butterflies no matter how I was going to do it. So I decided whatever, it just isn't a big deal to have some cut off. So that's what I'm doing, is just going through and getting the size that I want. Mine ended up being, I believe, about 6 inches. Let me just measure it real fast. Yep, it is 6 by 6. So it's a nice little handheld size and good for me to do my paintings in. But you could make yours with as many signatures as you want. Make it really thick. You could make it with pockets. You could attach your ATCs that you get in the mail. I mean, there's so many things you can do with these little journals. Again, you know that I'm into recycling, so I'm just taking some Amazon packaging and cutting this to size, and these will be pages. What I do, I don't care about the words that are printed because I will just paint right over that. Usually put down a layer of white paint and then paint whatever I want to on top. And that ensures that all the words are covered. I'm taking my ruler and kind of giving some uneven edges, different sizes. This is some packaging that my daughter got from something she ordered, and it is really heavy duty. You may have seen me use this before. I've used another one in another project, but I love the artwork that they have on this packaging, so I'm using that as one of my pages. You could either leave it blank, you could paint right over it, or attach something to it, or even attach like a clear cellophane type of pocket so the artwork shows, but you've got a little pocket. Again, lots of things you can do with these. Now this one has those little white, I don't know, they're kind of like a little padding inside. So I'm just taking my glue and I'm going to glue this closed really well to be sure that, that doesn't come undone. Just putting this all together, seeing if I have enough pages, looking to see if I want anything else. So what I decided to do here is cut out, the little butterfly and make a page with this. Now you could also cut around the butterfly and have it into that butterfly shape, which would be a nice little surprise in your journal. Because it is flimsy, I am going to add a piece of this craft paper to it. This is just one of those sacks that I got somewhere, picking something up and stuck in my stash to use. I love the heaviness of craft paper, so I'm just going to glue this down. I am adding quite a bit of glue so that this is very well adhered and will not come up. And just getting all of the little bubbles out. You can use a credit card for this. Cutting it to size. This does not have to be the same size as the others. In fact, here's where you could cut around that little butterfly, which I think would be super cute. I just love that butterfly. I was deciding whether I should cut it that small size, around the butterfly, but I decided to leave it as is. And then that's a page. Now here's where I'm taking off my little pink trim. You can use a seam ripper. I just used my scissors to get it off of the sack. And then I am hand stitching it. If you've got a sewing machine, this makes a really fast job, but I'm going around with my needle and embroidery thread, and I am doing hand stitching in the exact spots that they had had theirs stitched before. It turned out so cute. I just think that is the cutest little cover. I love it. Now just assembling everything, getting all my pages lined up so that my folds are nice and creased well. Putting things in the order I want them. And then I clip the pages together so that when I poke holes, they will all stay together. I am making a little guide, so I'm just taking a strip of this craft paper to size. If you fold it in half and then fold it one more time in half, that gives you the exact measurements for where your holes need to be. So on the little line, you will be able to make a little mark. So right there where the pink lines are where my folds are. So I'm just going to take a little pen and make the marks, and then that's where we poke our holes. Using an awl, I decided to put something underneath so I don't ruin my desk, and I'm just poking holes. I have used a nail and a hammer before. If you don't have something that you can punch with, it's not that serious. Now I'm taking my embroidery thread. I've got 2 strands, and I tie a knot on the end. Line up all of your pages along with the cover, and we're ready to sew. Now I am doing kind of the old-fashioned way. I'm just going straight from the outside of the book to the inside in that middle hole and down the bottom hole. I come up the top hole and back down the middle hole. Again, up the bottom hole from the back to the inside, down the middle hole, up from the back to the inside at the top hole, and back down the middle hole to the back or to the outside cover. Then I'm going to bring it up the bottom hole, and this is the piece that will attach my little beads. So I'm going to gather some beads and be right back. I'm pretty indecisive, but I just looked at the bag and chose some colors that went with it well. So first thing I'm going to do is tie a knot up by the end of the book where I want the little tassel to hang. So you can just start making a knot and grab something like a needle or an awl and pull it close to where you want it, and then your knot will stay at that point. So that will be the top bead right under that knot. Now you're ready to string your beads. This one is going to be too small for my needle. Can't use it, so be sure and pick the larger whole beads that you have, or you can always switch and go to a smaller needle if you want to rethread. But I'm trying to use, the thread that I have. So to keep that one from going up above my knot, I just pull the thread back through it. So kind of like a little knot around the bead, and then using that awl to kind of pull it up to the knot. And that's my first bead, and it's secure. Going up through the next bead. You can do the same thing on each bead if you choose to. You can go around the bead with your string and back down through the hole, and that's going to secure each bead onto your string, but it's really not necessary, so I'm just going to put a few beads on and then maybe do one more in that secure way just for extra measure, but it's not really necessary. Came through that little bead and pull my string through so that it stays right up next to the bead on top. Love that little pink bead. It's actually a little gemstone bead. And then my turquoise is the last one, so I'll make a good knot at the end of it. I just cut my string, cut that, off of the needle, and now pulling that knot right up to the little bead. And just for safe measure, I'm going and doing a whole nother knot, so a little double knot there. And you can cut your string right below the knot. You can also add a little dot of glue to that if you want to, just for the extra security. This is for me just to do some art in. It's no big deal. I just wanted to show you all how to do this, so I'm not doing that. But anyway, it's ready to go. I'll just either gesso or put some white paint on pages before I paint on them, and it's going to be so cute. I hope this gives you an idea, and who knows, you may run with this idea and make all kind of things. But I hope y'all have a wonderful day. Let me know what you think. Bye-bye.